Because the town needs me. I love this town. I've been here since 1998, and we need a really good district attorney, and I could be that person. I've got a degree from Georgetown Law, licenses in 6 states. I've been licensed in medicine, and in New York I'm licensed for life, they call it. You can get it back just by paying the due. And I'm licensed as a patent attorney. And I've done a good job everywhere. I've never been in any kind of trouble. I've won some big victories. I even have a published opinion, Valley Electric versus Overfield, where the power company wanted to put a large power line over an antique gold mine and only offered the people $6,000. I got a verdict of 15, which is under the $20,000 limit of NRS 18.010, and Judge Davis awarded fees. Valley Electric took it to the Supreme Court. They didn't want to have to pay attorney's fees when they don't offer people enough money. And I told the judges that if they went their way, they could come into somebody in a single wide and offer them $500, and what are they going to do? They'd never get it back. And the Supreme Court agreed.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a while ago, though.
Yeah. Nancy, what separates your ideologies from the current district attorney and as well as the other candidates?
I think the biggest difference is that the current district attorney has been representing the county commissioners as individuals for their individual needs. I would not do that. I would only represent the county commissioners if they were named as co-defendants in a case against the county. If that were to happen, I would have them sign conflict letters, and I would reserve the right to represent Nye County in the event that an adverse matter were to come up in the future. I think it's very important that the county have absolutely conflict-free representation. I've been corporate counsel for a long time. And yes, you take your direction from the CEO, the officers, the vice president, etc. But if they want to do something that's clearly not in the interests of the corporation or illegal, you are required under the ethical rules to take it up the chain. And I would like to be in a position to be able to do that if necessary and not have to go against someone who's been a client.
I see. With that said, what issues within the DA's office need immediate attention in your mind?
We have too many political prosecutions and too many nonsense cases to spend the resources they did after Harley Culkin for coming back to a meeting, Ted Holmes. The list goes on and on. We also have a problem with evidence not being disclosed. If a search is no good, it should stop at the prosecutor's office rather than have people waste time writing briefs to get rid of it. I've also seen cases where somebody is arrested on a drug charge. Now, if they can really give law enforcement a lead into organized crime, a meth factory, a motorcycle gang, whatever, then sure, give them a break. But what's been happening is they just go set up a friend, someone who's never dealt a nickel of dope in their life, and they give them a chance to make some money, and someone does it for the very first time and gets busted. They're not really a dealer. That kind of thing needs to stop. And if you stop that, we could put the resources after the real criminals. We have a lot of people preying on this county, preying on old people, various scams, telemarketing scams, timeshare scams, magazine scams, all of these scams. That's where we need to be putting our attention. The United States Post Office has a brochure on how to avoid them. I'd like to do something similar here. I'd like to have classes for the elderly, classes for parents and gang awareness so they don't learn their child is in a gang the first time he's arrested. I also see a problem with the plea negotiations. Very often a deal is negotiated and all they agree on is what's going to be pled guilty to. The prosecutor's going to ask for prison, the defense attorney's going to ask for probation. 80% of the time the judge will go with whatever parole and probation recommends. What I'd like to do is get a better handle on what they do and how they make the decision so that I could tell the defense attorney, and if the person's not prepared to do their time, they need to go to trial. As it is now, the sentencings are mini trials. People bring in 15 character witnesses. The victim has to come and relive it. It needs to be a better meeting of the minds. Obviously, the judge can do what he wants, but I think that the DA and the defense attorney should really come together on this is what he's going to plead to, and this is what the most likely sentence is going to be, and just get them to accept it. Yes, you're going to do some prison here.
So you're looking for more efficiency?
More efficiency, because we need to move these trials along. There's a case in Nye County of an allegation of rape that has been sitting there for 3 years because the alleged perpetrator works for Nye County. That is unacceptable. Those kind of cases ought to be heard within a year. Well, the speedy trial is, 70 days, 90 days, at least within 6 months.
Any meet and greets coming up, Nancy?
Yes, we have several. There is going to be one, actually 2 next weekend, one on the 15th and one on the 16th. One is going to be on 1401 Betty. That's the one on the 15th from 2 to 4. There's also a candidates night tonight at the Nugget. There's a candidates night in Artesia on Wednesday, and there is another meet and greet on the 16th. There's also one on the 22nd. I tell you what, I'll post them on my website, nancylord2010.com, and if anyone would like to have a meet and greet for me, please send me an email, nancyfernye@gmail, or just call the office, 751-3636. That's 751-3636, and I'll be happy to attend your meet and greet and hear what some of your concerns are.